Just incredible!
Just incredible, man.
Just incredible. Run the thing, eh? Run it!
Celebrate a little bit. We kept it cool because tonight is the release party.
Right.
But I was like, I got to do something. I can't just like.
Come on, it's that time.
Yeah, we put in a lot.
A lot of work. You can hear it. Yeah. You can definitely hear and feel it in this record.
No, the album just flows too. It feels like one big song.
It does.
Yeah, are we recording? Because y'all need to be recording.
Yeah, no, we're about to get to it.
I need all this.
Oh, we're good?
I'm already recording.
Okay.
I'm like,
all right.
shoot.
The show has started. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Just Incredible podcast. Janelle Monae is joining us today.
Hey, y'all.
So excited to have you on the pod today.
Oh, thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. Welcome. I mean, it's an exciting time. We were just getting right to it. I mean, talk to us about releasing this project last night and where your headspace at right now.
I'm floating. I'm literally just floating. I've been living with this music, with this experience, with this soundtrack. I call it a soundtrack to a lifestyle.
Yeah.
For a while now, and so to be able to push it out and gift it to the people that I hope feel seen. You know,
absolutely.
They feel seen. They feel heard. They feel like, oh. This is going to be. This is my soundtrack. This is for me. This is for me and my friends. This is what we're going to be listening to. You know, when we go on vacation, if we can't get on vacation, this is an audio vacation. So I had a lot of intentions and how I even created it. So it's just beautiful to see it finally out in the world.
Yeah, it's so exciting that it is out into the world, and that was exactly what I got from listening to it. Was, oh, this is speaking for me. Like me and my friends are going to get together, you know what I'm saying, gather around and like party, feel good, talk about some real shit. Like there's so many topics where it's just about beautiful self-expression. You know what I'm saying? Was that really the goal? And you know what I'm saying? Just right from the way the record starts with the float, you know what I mean? Like you're really like, this is me now. I'm here. You know, I used to walk in with my head down and now I'm up. Like talk to us about that.
Yes, it was important that Float was the entry point. It was the first song I released, and it's the song that opens up the project. And in order to get into like the age of pleasure and to be able to really appreciate the beauty and find pleasure in things, you got to let some shit go. You know, you got to be able to have those fresh new eyes, which comes with like healing. It comes with gaining new perspective. It comes with just, again, releasing things that do not allow us to float to our greatest selves. And I've been very fortunate to have a really supportive sort of like family and safe space. And I know that, you know, a lot of folks may or may not have that. And I've been very blessed to have been inspired by the people in my safe space, my family, people that I can just be all of me around. And when I was making this project, I definitely made it with those sorts of people. I made it with my friends, for my friends. And I was like, listen, if we fuck with it, this is what it is. And to be able to have a love letter to just that sort of Black joy. And, you know, I don't know. Have y'all heard of the collective Everyday People?
The party? Like, yeah, of course.
Yes.
Of course.
So those are my friends, and they've been having their party collective for over like a decade now. And
such a legendary party.
Y'all know.
With great vibes.
If you know, you know.
You know, right.
And so, you know, we're in the middle of a pandemic, right? And you know, rewind, we can't have parties, we can't have gatherings. And so the first time that we decided, okay, we're going to do something together, Wonderland, my arts creative, and them, it was just a reminder of life, like how beautiful life can be when we are all together, listening to music, vibing, coming from different walks of life, in a safe space, free enough to be ourselves. Like that feeling, it just reminded you of why you are alive, you know, and that inspired me to just say, I want to make music for these people.
Yeah. I love it. Let's talk about the title of the project, The Age of Pleasure. Yeah, such a great title. And I'm gonna let you speak on, you know, the thought behind it.
Well, it came to me at like 4 a.m. I was going back and forth with a lot of different titles, and it actually woke me up out of my sleep.
That's when you know.
And I was like, I've been in my age of depression. I've been in my age of anxiety, confusion, and I'm actively being present, more present than I ever have been. And there was a quote that I have been looking at and allow my spirit to sort of take in by Maurice White from Earth, Wind and Fire. And he says, if there ain't no beauty, make some beauty. If there ain't no beauty, make some beauty. You know, we in the middle of a pandemic, and just reminded myself that we'll never be in a world where things are going to be perfect or we don't have something heavy going on. But even in those times, you got to steal your joy.
Yeah. You got to find your happiness.
You got to take it back. You have to create that. And I say that this is a movement, because it wasn't just me who was feeling
Oh,
that.
no, come on.
Right? Like, talk about y'all, you know, talk about how, like, let's talk about how, I mean, it was tough. This pandemic was absolutely tough for a lot of people. There are a lot of people who were out of work, couldn't provide for their families. I also...
The fear of, like, what's going to happen. You don't know, that anxiety of...
Also, I feel like it made a lot of people, like, introverts, right? Because you just weren't having those face-to-face interactions and able to go do just your
Which were already with phones and things like that, already running low in that department.
Super awkward.
Yeah.
You know, once you did, reintegrate. I definitely had some awkwardness about me, but
we all do,
right? And it's just a part of the process. So, you know, in knowing that, I think there was just a need to say, okay, once things do open back up, or if I'm given the opportunity to sort of make the most of life, if I survive this damn pandemic, here are the things I want to do. Here are the things that I don't want to do.
Right. Yeah.
Here
and
are the things
that's
that
so
are not
important.
giving me great pleasure.
Yeah.
Here are the things that I'm just like, okay, how do I restructure this to where work feels more fun for us? Meetings feel more fun, or, you know,
life in general.
Yeah. How can I get my life to a place that internally, what things do I need to work on to where, like, what didn't I have time to sit with and heal? And that's definitely a thing that I did while we were in the pandemic. And I always say this: I wish that everybody had therapy. I wish that it was free for all of us. Yeah. You know, I think just like we go get our cars tuned up or we go get a checkup at the doctor, like, you got to check into your mind.
Yeah, absolutely. Where's your mind and heart at?
So yeah,
mental tune-ups important.
Yeah.
What you've said so much, from forgiveness to healing. The pandemic gave us such time to really, like, dig in and look inward. What was one of those things that you noticed about yourself where, like for me, like you had said, some I wanted to touch on where you were like, you almost have to forget about who you were in the past. This is the new me in a sense. And I'm no longer that person. What type of things were going through your mind through the healing internally? Yeah.
I think it was just giving myself permission to be all of me, and not, like, I honor myself at every evolution. And I'm just so thankful that I've just gotten to this point in my life where I feel safe enough to be all of me. That's a whole nother conversation, but as I'm in my own age of pleasure, giving yourself permission and not apologizing for it and not feeling guilty for saying, hey, I want to hang out with my friends today. Like, I want to be with y'all. I want to actively, I know that maybe I have some goals that I'm trying to achieve, or perhaps I may not get that back. Right. But this experience, because I've missed out on a lot. Like, I bet. With my life as a performer, I've always been on the go. I've always been of service. Yeah. That's what I have signed up for, and I know that's my purpose, is to be of service with art and all those things. But even in those moments, my personal growth could be stunted. Absolutely. Because I hadn't had time to check in because I'm doing a movie or I'm on to the next album, know. And so my motto was like, I got to hurry up and live.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Hurry up and live.
I love that motto. Do you give yourself permission to say no as well? Yeah. Because I'm sure there's a lot of people pulling you in different directions.
Yeah, I do. And I said no early on in my career. Like, there were so many so many things that family would be like, why didn't you do this? Or why didn't you do that? You should have done that. This person could have got you here. You could, and I think I just always had a way. I think freedom of expression and how I want to do it has been super important to me. And, you know, it never was about being famous. If I could like pay my rent, put some gas in my car at the time. I'm electric now.
Okay.
But if I could put gas in my Mitsubishi, where I was selling my CDs out of my trunk, then
Like
I was
Galant?
cool. Yes.
Yeah.
No. A Mirage.
A Mirage.
2-door.
Okay.
Yes.
He was in a coupe.
Exactly. And with tinted windows in Atlanta. But it was just one of those things where, What was the question? Shit.
Well,
I'm like,
it kind of goes into my next question too.
Yeah.
Well, I had asked you about, you know, letting yourself off the hook when you have to say no sometimes.
yeah,
as well.
and not feeling guilty about that,
Right.
and saying, you know, hey, just being honest too. Like I have my responses when I can't really do something. I say, listen, I'm a bit overwhelmed, and I'm not going to be able to give you the best version of me if I
that.
say yes. And that's just real. Like when people are overwhelmed and when they're feeling overworked, they may not show up as their authentic self, and I'll give myself grace and I give other people grace.
Gotta do it.
Because I know if I'm busy, you busy too.
Right. Well said. I know Lauryn Hill's a big inspiration for you. Y'all have met a couple times, or
a few times.
Yeah. What have those interactions been like?
She's always been sweet, you know, warm. I'm actually doing Essence Fest.
Yes.
And I will be,
nice.
I think I'm doing like 30 minutes before she goes on.
Love that.
So that's cool.
Congrats.
I'm in and out. You know, they've come to see her. She's inspired so many. And it's just great. You know, there was a big point in my life where like I was like a stan.
Oh,
like I
come on, that's
was
long.
trying to come into my own identity. And I think watching her helped me find my own voice. Yeah.
That's right.
Did you go to the Roots picnic and were able to see the little reunion they had?
When was this?
Like 2 weeks ago, I think.
Like,
right?
yeah, like last week or 2
Who
weeks
had
ago
the
in Philly.
who was it? Fuji's?
Yeah, the Fuji.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so they did a little reunion
What?
because you know Praz going through his whole thing. So they
What
did,
he going through?
Oh, you didn't hear
Look at
about
me.
Praz?
Oh yeah,
No.
Prize.
Oh, so Praz in trouble with some, with the law. He might be doing some time. So
No.
yeah, so
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know what it's for, but
yeah, no, it's deep. It's like some government they trying to say he's like an informant or something like that. But so
Oh, wow.
So with all that news breaking, they took the time to do a reunion at the Roots picnic in Philly.
man,
yeah.
I had no idea. I've been in the age of pleasure.
Yeah, no, I love it. I love it. Real quick, too, on the age of pleasure, you said that you're very intentional. Did you intentionally pick 6ix9ine to drop it?
Listen, I'm very intentional.
Okay, I love it. I just had to make sure.
Everything is planned out, and then I think it also is it World Sex Day?
Yeah, World Sex Day.
Yes, it's beautiful. You know, I got here.
The timing.
I got here with somebody having some sort of sex.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, and some of us have great pleasure in those things, and everything just felt aligned.
It does.
You know, it felt like summer's coming. Next year, y'all know we're going to be in an election next year.
It's already that time.
It's already that time. And I'm like, this is the little moment, little pocket before we really
gotta get serious.
Like, we got to get serious now, but we really got to get serious when it's time to go to those polls. So I'm like, this is a perfect time to be releasing this music. And again, hurrying up and living.
Yeah.
Hurry up and live.
Hurry up and live.
Yeah, I love how you're a big advocate for like the whole be aware of everything you're voting for too, and get out there and vote. You know what I'm saying? So that's
a lot. It's a lot on the line.
Yeah.
A lot on the line.
Especially in Florida and some of these states that I'm a part of the. And happy Pride. If you're listening right now, happy motherfucking Pride to
That's
you.
right.
I love you. I see you. You know, for me to be black, non-binary, pansexual, queer, like it is so important that I don't forget that. You know, if I didn't have this sort of platform, I could be living in Florida or one of those states where you have a DeSantis and like telling me in school, I can't even talk about my identity. I can't talk about being black, taking critical race theory out and taking books out that tell about our history. But anyway, I'm in the age of pleasure right now, but I am privately, always and publicly, making sure that it's clear that, we cannot sit back and let these anti-trans bills get passed, these anti-LGBTQIA plus trans bill, any of those bills get passed. It affects all of us.
Yeah, DeSantis, Florida is a scary thing for sure.
Beyond. And if you're a fan of him, hopefully you're not listening to this show.
Right, yeah, for real.
First of all, but you can go on somewhere.
That's right.
That's right. You can respectfully fuck off.
Yeah.
You're taking the album on the road. I saw that.
I am. I'm going on tour. I have not toured since 2019.
Sheesh. Sheesh, how excited are you?
I'm really excited. I'm like in
Get
my
out there.
head.
I know how much your fans mean to you. So
I'm trying to stay like super present and all that, but I'm also thinking about the tour and what the first song is going to be and wardrobe and all of that stuff is fun, but it takes planning.
Of course.
But I'm so excited to I call them my fam, free ass motherfuckers. FAM is the acronym. So I cannot wait to see, fam and all over. I'm only doing North America right now. I'll probably do Europe a little later, but it's going to be a moment, man. This is a movement. Like I feel a shift happening,
that's right.
Culturally. And, a lot of people are, making decisions about how liberated they're going to get.
With the artwork inspired by Jimi Hendrix.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's going crazy.
Yeah, my tour admin.
Yeah.
I loved his Are You Experienced? I think it was that cover.
Yeah.
So good.
And then I love Jimmy. Sagittarius like me.
Sagittarius, huh? Talk about the song Rush, The Rush.
Ooh.
Good record.
Featuring Nia Long and Amaray.
Yeah.
It's just I can't even believe I'm saying Nia Long. Like she's been
right.
so like in my mind, sort of like Lauryn Hill in a sense too.
Yeah.
She's just so inspiring and so beautiful.
Empowering.
Yeah. All of those things. So to have her on that song is super sexy, super sensual. A lot of the songs and themes come from the party. So I had like this, I put down a spreadsheet from Lipstick Lover to Champagne Shit, like giving myself permission to, that song is about, I'm off work. Bitch, I'm off work. Don't ask me about no email at the party. Y'all get it. Like when you balance in all things,
I'm off. Real shit though. I'm off the clock.
Right. And I had a song called Tightrope, and I was definitely imbalanced a lot of my life, with work versus, taking off. And it made things a lot less fun.
Yeah.
So I was like, I got to get some balance in my life. And I think with The Rush, when you think about that song, it's kind of like the first time when you're in a safe space and you see somebody that you're interested in and y'all been looking at each other and you're like describing how you're feeling during this moment. And I try to tap into those intimate times at parties, like when nobody's looking.
Yeah. That's dope though.
Yeah.
That you even make it a point to do that. Even, like you're like, I'm fucking out here just chilling. I'm
right now living in this moment.
I'm living in the moment.
Yeah, listen, I wasn't always. I was not
Took
always
practice.
in the moment. It's a muscle. You just don't wake up like, I'm free. You got to really actively train your brain to sort of like, again, give yourself permission to stay present and not move in an anxiety-induced way.
For real.
Yeah.
For real. One of my favorite features of yours is the We Are Young song.
Oh.
Such a great record. Yeah.
That record is.
Did you know it was going to be that as big as it got?
It was big. When they sent it to me to be featured on, I was like, this is already big. You sure you want me on it? And they were like, yeah, we love you. We're fans. I was like, all right.
Perfect.
So I came in. It was a light load for me. I'm just like sort of on the bridge, and I did some of the chorus with them, but
sound fucking amazing
it's
though.
everybody.
So good. Yeah.
People
So good.
love that song, and they request it
Around the world.
You're gonna always hear it. It's a good song. It's a good celebration song.
Yeah, it is. It's a good definitely like midnight hits or you accomplishing something big. You play that up.
Yeah.
Did you do a lot of open mics in your time?
I did.
Right?
I sure did.
What's that
Ooh,
experience
in
like?
Atlanta.
Because there's a lot of people watching who are doing the same thing on the same grind, starting off in, humble beginnings.
Yeah.
What's your advice to, people to keep going and keep following their dream?
Open mics helped me learn how to sing better, perform better, get prepared for people not paying any fucking attention to you better.
So tough.
Doing it because you believe in it. Yeah. I got really in tune with myself. The more open, people didn't know me. So it was like they were literally listening to my talent, and then also they're drinking and smoking, and you just got to learn how to adapt.
Yeah.
So I say it's always good to do as much of that sort of improv. You don't know who's going to be in the room, because I did an open mic night and Big Boy Outcast was there.
Right. I heard
Yeah.
about this. And did you know he was going to be in attendance, or?
I think I kind of knew before I was about to go on, and I was like, oh, okay, all right. Well, we here.
We're here
This is
now.
it. I say I want this. I had just gotten fired from my job at Office Depot.
Oh, we got to get
Pushing,
into that.
Yeah,
pushing
yeah.
ink cartridges. And he was in the house, and he heard me, and he had sort of known about me, but I don't think he had knew that he hadn't seen me perform. And so I actually did Killing Me Softly.
Crazy.
Yeah, that was the song.
Wow.
Loving my pain with his finger.
So
All that.
good.
Wow.
Killed it.
Yep.
And like, what's some, you've learned from Big Boy and Outkast and, two legends.
I learned, yeah, they are indeed legends. I just think, I think don't be afraid to sort of like take your influences and make it your own.
Yeah.
Like really innovate. You can do that through funk, through soul,
Yeah.
through rap. Like you can take it to the next level. And that's what I loved, especially like, when you get into the Speaker Box, Love Below era. And even when they first came out, AT Aliens, like they gave me sort of permission to be different and rest
Right.
and do it differently, and never allow anybody, even yourself, to put you in a box.
Love that. Love that. Champagne Shit.
Ooh.
Come on. So good off the
Them
album.
ones right there.
Yeah, it's one of those ones.
Where would y'all play Champagne Shit? Like at what occasion would you want to play it?
I played Champagne Shit at a wedding.
Yeah.
I'll definitely play it at a
Birthday party for sure.
If I just got divorced,
Yeah.
I'm playing it up there.
That toast.
Yeah. I'm toasting. Back to the single life.
Yeah, for
Baby
sure.
showers.
Right.
You feel me?
Ooh, I
Yeah.
love that.
One of those ones you could play damn near anywhere.
I love that. Because, right, when we think about champagne, we think about celebrating
That's
with
right.
people.
That's
We're
right.
toasting to something.
People you love, yeah.
Yeah, and that's me, toasting to my day ones, like toasting with the people that I know love and care about me.
Yeah.
Celebrating accomplishments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Celebrating yourself.
Exactly.
That's right.
Life, because motherfuckers just like we've been talking about, life happens so fast that we forget to live it at times.
Yeah.
Shit happens
also,
so fast.
I think with champagne shit too, it's not even necessarily about drinking champagne.
Yeah.
Either, because not a lot of people can afford champagne. I remember a time in my life where I couldn't afford a bottle. It's a state of mind.
Yeah.
Like I'm off work right now. I'm giving myself permission to hurry up and live. I'll get back to that when I get back to it. But right now, we celebrating.
We in the now.
Unapologetically.
Yeah.
You were driving around that Mitsubishi Galant selling
Mirage.
Mirage.
I used to always be like, I do not have because Gallants were more popular.
Got it.
So I always have to correct you.
Were you yeah. Were you but you were like giving your music out, selling it right there out the trunk, like damn, like where was your head at that very moment?
Whew. I think I would, because I had gone to performing arts school in New York, so I wanted to do Broadway. That was like, I was like, I'm going to be on Broadway, New York. I was coming from Kansas City, Midwest, small town, and it was a big culture shock. And I just realized when I was there, I was like, no, I'm a writer. Like I have a lot to say.
Yeah.
Like I have whole worlds I want to build, and I didn't feel like Broadway could hold me. I just had my ideas were big.
Yeah.
And so what I ended up doing was I moved to Atlanta, and I also wanted a college experience.
Yeah.
Like I went to a conservatory school. I was with the same group of people every day, while my friend who went to Clark Atlanta was like, I'm at this frat party right now with the Kappas and da-da-da-da-da. And I'm just like, what? I am not having that level of experience. And HBCU, like if you go to HBCU, that's a very specific experience, especially with more, in Atlanta with Morehouse,
Howard,
right.
Clark. I mean, Howard is, all of them is fun. And I wanted that experience. I never got an opportunity to do that. I was sort of a late bloomer with everything.
Right.
And so I moved there, and I was just happy to be there. I was just like, I lived in the heart of where the campus was with all of the schools. I used to have my guitar. I would be out there performing, selling my CDs. Some people paid attention to me. Some people didn't. I was fine though, because I was out. I didn't want to go home.
Right.
I was like, I'm embarrassed. Everybody just knew I loved New York. I was like, I have to make this work. I cannot go home.
Yeah.
And I did.
Wow. Yeah. almost that like no B plan. This is the plan.
it.
This is the plan.
I got fired from my job. They knew I wanted to do what it was that I wanted to do. They knew I didn't want to be there.
Yeah.
And I was like, after this, I have no excuses. I have no 9 to 5. I need to be in the studio all day, every day, making music, being around people that motivate me to motivate me.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Was that job the Office Depot job?
I worked at Office Depot, yeah.
Right,
I worked
right.
there. I was a maid before. I had a lot of different jobs. I was grinding.
Yeah.
Like, it's not easy, being an independent artist, being an entrepreneur and doing it your way is not easy.
Oh, it's so
tough.
hard. It's so tough.
It's tough.
So
So you
tough.
got to really love it, and you
Yeah.
have to really, for it to be worth, all of the hours. And I just wouldn't take anything back because it taught me how to hustle. And still to this day, I always have to find the balance, but I'm a very hard worker.
Absolutely.
Like, it's not, things don't just come to me. Like, I'm practicing my guitar now.
Right.
I still have my vocal teacher. I'm still, in rehearsals. I just don't show up on stage. Like,
Right.
you got to put in the work.
Sharpen them-
you got
them
to
tools.
Exactly. You have to do that. And also I feel unfulfilled when I'm not learning something new.
Yeah.
Like, I have to keep, as an artist, growing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I love that about you. even coming today, I was like, her album just dropped last night. Like she's getting to work. She's at
Yeah,
work.
we
She's at
here.
it.
Yes.
Is it true that you got fired from that Office Depot job though for applying to a fan?
That is very
On a
true.
computer?
Look at you. You better do your research.
Oh yeah, we're gonna come through with the research.
Yes, I
It's
did.
giving research.
Right. It's giving. Yes, I'm going to be prepared today.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Office Depot has those display laptops, and I could not afford a laptop at the time. So I took upon myself to, log into my email and respond back. I only had 5 fans at the time. So I was like, let me respond back. They saw me performing on the library steps, and, they wanted to know where they could get CDs and merch and stuff. And so I responded back one too many times, and they saw me on the camera, and they were like, Janelle, to the back, please. And again, they knew that I didn't want to be there. I was late because I would be in the studio till 4 a.m.
Right.
and have to get up and be there at 9. And so they were like, just go do what it is you're going to do. Please.
So in a way, it pushed you.
It worked.
Yeah.
It worked. I thank you, Office Depot.
That's right.
That's actually what I was saying because
I thank you.
I used to work before I started doing this full time. I worked at Trader Joe's.
Oh, okay.
And like when I first started working with him, I'd just be doing shit behind the scenes, and like I'd be at work, like
Yeah,
like
for
doing some
sure.
shit for him.
Wow.
And then I got caught a few times. They're like, oh, like you're not supposed to be on your phone. I was like, oh, my bad. I just had a important
Yeah,
text.
like,
and then,
yeah.
they fired me for being late, and I was like, that was kind of what I needed though.
You needed
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
You
You do
needed
need
that
that.
push. Otherwise, it would have been an excuse
Right.
or
Yeah,
right.
why you didn't actually get to where you needed to go.
Look
Yeah.
back 20 years, you still there. Like
That's
nah,
right.
That's not it. That's not
Yeah.
it.
With the
No,
shoulda,
it's
woulda,
true.
couldas.
But listen, people do whatever it is. I don't care if you are a bartender or you're scrubbing floors like a maid, like I was, serving food like my grandmother did in the county jail, working at Trader Joe's, whatever it is. I just pray that people are doing what they love. You can do that with intent. We need people at Trader Joe's. We need
Absolutely.
people
Exactly.
of service.
For sure.
And I just hope that whatever you do, you love it and you figure out, how you can find the joy in it.
Yeah, I'm sure there was people at Office Max and Trader Joe's that
They
loved
like
doing
it.
it.
Yeah.
It just
So
wasn't for us.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
That's right.
I was supposed to do something different.
Yeah.
What was it like signing a Bad Boy?
Well, my partnership with Bad Boy, because I have my own recording label,
Right.
Wonderland, it's always been good.
Yeah.
Puff has been super supportive since the beginning. He's always been like, I don't want to creatively do anything to mess up, who you are. What I saw,
Yeah.
I just want the rest of the world to know. So I caught him at a really, really good time.
Yeah.
He was like, let me push this alien android,
Yeah.
sci-fi talking person. And Puff's always been, super supportive. I can call him anytime. Yeah, it's been cool, man. He's been a big champion of
Always
of me.
championing your music and,
Yeah.
and your art for sure.
Yeah.
Love hearing that. Prince was the first person to receive a copy of your debut album.
Prince and Stevie Wonder. Wow. Yep. Those two, I was like, if my album comes out, these are the two people that have inspired me the most, and told me that I could create concept albums
Yeah.
that push us, to doing to innovating. And I owe them so much. And I was like, it's only right. And I wrote them handwritten notes. Well, I gave Prince's at Paisley Park on a CD.
Oh, man.
Yeah. And then I wrote Stevie a letter and a CD, and then somebody I knew that knew him gave it to him.
Yeah.
And it was so interesting. After my album came out, they both booked me to perform, to open up for them on the same day. And so I had to pick
Oh, no.
between who I was going to open up for, Stevie Wonder
Oh, my God.
or
Prince.
And Prince was so gracious. He was like, it has to be Stevie.
Really?
Wow.
He was like, you can play the other date at Madison Square Garden. Go play for Stevie. Yeah.
That had to make you feel good.
Just like Prince was one of one. And both of them are. But he because he has transitioned on,
Yeah.
I will scream it out loud. Like, he never let his sort of mystery get in the way of his mentorship and, his love of us, of Black people, of artists.
Yeah.
And he was always supportive. He was a fan of Stevie too. So he was like, listen, you better go.
Yeah. What a great story. Thank you for sharing that.
That's fucking amazing.
When it comes to Stevie, what's one of your favorite songs to sing when you're just around the house, like just chilling on a Sunday or something?
Love's in Need of Love Today. Girl Blue is one of my favorite songs because I always think he's singing that to me. And I actually have a recording of him changing the lyrics of Girl Blue.
Oh, wow.
He's like, Janelle, be there, show yourself you care, let others care for you. Like, just incredible.
Goosebumps. That's my name. I love you so much already. That's my name.
Listen,
By the way, we might have to take that.
That'll be my new drop.
That little render.
Yeah,
I know you already
just
did.
incredible.
Yeah.
Aw,
We might have
yes,
to take
that
that,
worked.
make it a cover.
Listen,
Wow.
make it yours.
That was so sweet of you. Wow. And how about Prince?
Oh, my favorite. Oh, Prince. Oh, that's hard.
Yeah,
I
there's
mean,
so many.
There's so many things, like the Ballad of Dorothy Parker. Kiss.
So
Like,
good.
I love performing that song, and I always have a good time on a dance floor with that song. It's so many Prince songs. Like, come on, like,
Iconic.
how
man.
can you go down the list of albums, and just, we have a song together called Giving Them What They Love on my album Electric Lady.
Wow.
And it was just beautiful working with him, like being able to, he let me produce them. He didn't charge me one thing to be on that project. Like, a giver of all givers.
Wow.
And it was just amazing being able to work with him intimately. So, yeah, I don't know. I can't say, because I know I'm going to walk away like,
Why'd I say this? I forgot that one.
And because I care too much.
Right. But
Yeah.
thank you for sharing those stories.
Of course.
Beautiful stories.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it says a lot about you, too, that both of them took the time and the love and respect for your music and art, too. So, damn, what a full circle moment for you.
Yeah. it's
What a
blessing.
full circle moment. Paid in Pleasure. Let's talk about that song off of the
Ooh,
project.
Pay me in pleasure.
Yeah, I love it. I love the message behind it.
I love it. Well, have you guys heard of the 5 love languages?
Yes.
Yeah.
Not super
quality
familiar.
Time. Some people, we deal in quality time,
Right,
or
yeah.
it's acts of service and stuff. And so that's really me defining how I define.
What is your
know.
love language?
It depends. Like, I love gifting people experiences. So, like, I love, if it's your birthday, if you're like my friend, or, somebody I'm dating, like, I'm going to make sure that day is like planned.
Right. Oh, you're
Like,
one.
I'm
Yeah.
that, I'm
Okay.
that type of person. So I love, like, experiences and, I guess, acts of service.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, in terms of, like, it coming back, like, things that I really appreciate. I also love experiences too. I like when people plan things out, and
It says a lot when someone goes
Yeah.
out of their way to do that.
yeah, I love that.
What's-
It's something about it. And it doesn't have to be expensive. It can just be
No.
like, we're going to watch a TV show together.
Right.
Then, whatever. It varies.
Yeah.
It's simple things for me.
What's been
Yeah.
the best experience somebody's gifted you?
That's hard. That's really, really hard to say. I will say this. Every year of my birthday, every December 1st, my friends surprise me and take me on a trip.
Oh,
Love it.
They get together, they plan it. We'll either go to Jamaica or sometimes we'll go back to, we'll go to Mexico.
Do they do the whole
DR.
blindfold thing too? Like,
When we're at the airport
Yeah,
or if
exactly.
we're in the car, they'll blindfold me before we get to the place.
Yeah.
And I just love that because they know that I'm probably going to be working or something. And they're like, nope, she's off these days.
Yeah.
And then they'll bring like people, some people I know, some people I don't. So it's a mix of like energy, fun, and it's a safe space. So I love that. I love when they do that for me.
Yeah.
That means like the world.
that's definitely somewhere to play champagne shit right there.
Absolutely.
I wrote these songs with my friends, for my friends. I was like, if we fuck with these songs, that's it.
The world
The
gonna
people
fuck
gonna
with it.
fuck with it for
Yeah,
sure.
like I would play. Did I say that already? I would play the songs.
Yeah.
And they would, nobody knew that these songs were mine, and I would have my DJ play them, and I'm like, if they're not Shazamming, not going on the album.
Yeah.
If
Right.
they go sit down, it's not going on the album. So
That's the test.
I wanted us to love it.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Do you feel like people care too much nowadays about what other people think?
I never really thought about that. I think, it varies. We're not all a monolith. We're not all monolithic, right? And some people are just like so good with themselves
Yeah.
that they care about what certain people may think.
Right.
Like you care about what your loved ones think, but like
Right.
in terms of anything else, you sort of have people but you do have those people who, they may live their lives for others.
That way.
And
I
they may
think
be
about-
afraid to try out, do something different, because of their communities that they're in.
For real, right?
Yeah, it's a real thing.
I think about that a lot, especially kids like who, young kids growing up in schools. You got the phone, the Instagram, and all these
Yeah.
options almost. Start to build these false realities. So I just wanted to see what you thought about that because, at times, but it is interesting what you said. It does it could be two people. It's like the comments.
Yeah.
100 good ones,
Yeah.
2 bad ones. And we just focus on
That's true.
the bullshit,
You're right. Depending on where you are in your life too, you will start focusing on
but
that.
you have to block
gotta
it
be
out,
good.
right? You have to really
You got to
tunnel
be
vision.
good with you and understand projections and understand that, listen, everybody's perspective is their perspective.
Yeah.
My perspective, how I live my life is my perspective.
Yeah.
How I live my life, how I see the world. And, you just say, okay, all right, cool.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
how you feel.
You got a favorite off the project?
I better have all of them.
All of them
are. They made it because I love them. It's just an experience. I call it, again, a soundtrack to a lifestyle.
For sure.
And it's short, too.
It is.
Short. I know everybody's like,
digestible.
it should be longer, but I want you to want to replay it.
That's right.
Again,
That's right.
and again.
That's what I was telling you. It
Come
feels
on.
like one big song. Like, yeah. but it's dope though because it just flows. So you're listening and then you're like, "Is this the same song?" You just look and it's like, no, it's like a different song. But it's just
Yeah.
the whole thing. You're just vibing out and you don't even know. And next thing you know,
Yeah.
it's like last track.
The
Yeah,
the
thank
transitions are really good on the project too. Like I think it's like track 1 to 2, they're just like seamless.
Yeah.
Was that intentional? I would
Thank you.
assume?
Well, if you listen to a lot of my albums, I did that. Like with my first full length album, Arcandroid, like them first 2 songs went into each other
Love
seamlessly.
that.
First 3 actually, and then I'll find pockets. But I have to give a big shout out to my friends, my family, the producers I work with. My stomach is doing a weird thing.
I thought it was mine.
No,
Mine
it's
does that
me.
all
It's
the-
like,
is it you? I thought it was me.
But I have to give a big shout out to them, to Nate Rocket Wonder, who's been rocking with me since my first EP.
Okay.
And we've been making music for a long time together. And Sensei Bueno and Nana Kwabena, like they created that safe space for me to explore. And when it was time to put the songs together, we made sure that the transitions were seamless. They made
Seamless.
sure we all got together like, all right, we have to make sure that we take them on a journey.
Yeah, journey.
On an experience, on one where they're not skipping. We not having no skips on this project.
No skips.
None.
No skips.
Yeah.
You mentioned experience. You attended the Met Gala
I did,
this year.
yeah.
What is that experience like?
It's cool. I mean, I've been like
Many
probably
times?
since 2011. I've been going. Maybe I missed a couple years.
What's that like?
But it's cool. It's like I always have fun. You got to go in confident. You know, I go in, you know, ready to show love to people I probably would never have met, because there are many people from different professions all together.
Right.
So you have athletes with artists, musicians, with politicians, with, you know, it's a lot. And I go in cool. I mean, you have some people who are pretentious, or some people who may be like a little self-conscious, because it also is designed. People are looking at people's outfits and things. And I'm just like, listen, I go like an art student.
Yeah.
I'm like, I had a class project. This is what we did. And I fuck with it. Hey, what's
definitely
up?
based on the looks, you understood the assignment.
For sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
Thank you. I have fun. I never
It looked like it.
It's clothes. It's literally clothes. Like, come on now.
So you've been a few times. Have you had a favorite theme? Like I know this year was Karl Lagerfeld.
Yeah.
Have you had a favorite
Yeah.
one?
I love going with Tom Brown. I love my look
Brown,
this year.
okay.
Like, it was great. And then I think I love the camp year, when I had like these hats that were stacked and they were tilted like they were going to fall off.
Yeah.
And then I had a eyelash wink on my
I
boob.
remember.
Yeah, I remember that one. I remember
And it
that
was
one.
like,
Yeah.
it literally, I could press something in my, nobody knew, but I could press something in my glove and it would make it wink.
So good.
I love that.
How
Like,
much
it's
fun is
surreal.
that, getting ready for this event?
It's great. And I love Halloween. Like, if you've seen my Halloween costumes, you would know. Like, I've been the Grinch. I've been
You go all out for
the
Halloween?
White Rabbit. What? Full out. Yeah.
Too good. Too good. Your performance in Glass Onion, too. Amazing.
Thank you.
Amazing.
Thank you so much. I had so much fun making that film.
Yeah, I mean that film was just dope. Like it was like a big mystery, obviously, but just to see the whole thing, and you killed it. Like
Yeah.
Thank you.
like on all your parts, you just spot on and shit. You almost feel like you're there.
Ooh.
Like that's how it feels, like a mystery. But like for me watching it, it felt like I was in the room trying to figure this shit out myself.
Yeah. Yeah.
That part.
Even me watching it back, like, it was all there in plain sight.
Yeah.
Who did it?
Yeah, exactly.
But I watched it for the first time myself and didn't even pick up on those clues. But that's the genius of Ryan Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I came into Ryan's film career as a writer director when he did this film called Looper, and it was about time travel. And I was just like, if I ever get an opportunity to work with this guy, it's a yes. And so I love murder mysteries. I have murder mystery parties. Like on my birthday, they know, like, we have to play assassin or we have to play werewolf, which are murder mystery games, if you don't know. And so it was just great. It was fun. It was light. I got an opportunity to challenge myself even more as an actor and just go to that next level.
Yeah.
Yeah. As far as like collaborations, is there anyone you'd still like to work with? You've worked with so many people already. Who's some artists you'd like to collaborate with?
Ooh, who do I love? Oh, it's a lot of cool people out. Dang. I don't know. I think I'm still thinking about it. Like, I will say the collaborations on this project.
Yeah, so
those
good.
I wanted to work with Doechii.
Yeah.
I wanted to work with Amare. I wanted to work with Nia Long.
Yeah.
Of course, I wanted to work with the Grace Jones,
You
who's
did
on
that.
this project. You know,
Yeah.
Sister Nancy. These are people, like, I'm so
Legends.
happy that I got them on this project. And even Sheung Kuti, Fela Kuti's son.
Oh, CK on there.
Yeah, CK.
Yeah,
I wanted
yeah.
to work with him. I love his stuff. Like,
Yeah.
we were always listening to his music at parties, you know. So it's a beautiful thing to be able to be working with the people on this project that I've always wanted to work with.
That's right. That's right.
fire.
Do you have a Mount Rushmore of hip hop for you? Just as a fan?
Ooh, I'm not even, nope.
You
no
ain't going
comment.
there?
I ain't even doing it.
Because you know how those lists get.
I mean, I will say Andre 3000 and Tupac for sure are up there for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I
Tupac just
recently
got that
saw-
Hollywood star
Yeah,
fame.
I saw that. I don't know if you saw Dear Mama.
Yeah,
It's so
What?
good. It's
Amazing.
so good.
It gave a lot of insight into a lot of things. And he was a complicated human.
Yeah.
You know, not free of any flaws or anything. He went through a lot, but I will say, like, just like as a person, rare.
Yeah, so
Like,
rare.
His soul was just rare, and the music. I just remember just being infatuated. You know, I just remember also saying, like, Tupac is going to be my boyfriend. I'm
feel it.
going to find, like, his spirit was so, I was so in tune with him as a kid
Yeah.
that I was just like, this is going to happen. This has to happen. And,
Right.
You know. So anyway, I know that he and I think Andre for sure, like in terms of lyrics and lyricism. But I'm not going to go down that path. There are other spots.
Absolutely.
I'm not going to name any names, but I do think those two
those
have
two are
something
so
cool.
great.
And I mean, obviously Lauren,
Yeah.
has like, just like something so cool and unique. And Lil' Kim, like, I can go on and on and on and on and on.
We'll take those four though.
That's good,
We'll take
right?
those four. That's great.
Yeah, but I mean, listen.
There's so many, and
like,
there's
you
different.
can go down, like you could say Jay, you could say Biggie, you could say Kendrick, you could say Drake, you could say, I could keep going on. Janelle motherfucking Monae. How about
Yeah,
that?
That part.
That
Come
part.
on, we floating.
That part.
Right.
That Dear Mama was so good though.
Yeah.
Like I almost wish I could have watched that years ago, because you've seen so much throughout the years of the story, and then
Yeah.
it got a little like repetitive. But this really took me into the world of why he was who he
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
More
So good.
like
I enjoyed.
upbringing.
Yeah,
I
true.
enjoyed every second of it.
No, it was very touching. I cried at the end.
Yeah.
I was just like, man.
Yeah, that
No, it was
fourth
powerful.
one. That
Yeah, it was
last one was
powerful.
strong.
Ooh, they really did a great job.
Yeah, so good. Well, we appreciate having you today. We appreciate your presence, your soul, your energy. This conversation has been
Thank
amazing.
you. Thank you.
You rapp up the album with a dry read. Perfect way to
A dry red.
a dry red.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Yeah, dry red. Yeah.
Why that song to end the album?
Ooh, I love what y'all had to. What y'all say earlier about the titles?
Yeah.
on the
Oh,
album?
Yeah, that was such a great.
I love.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
just looking, just reading the titles, because I was like listening to the album on my way here, and I was just like looking over the track list, and I was like, yo, it just looks like a bar card at like a fancy ass nice bar, like in Tulum or some kind of like vacation destination. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it just reads like that because you got the French 75. Obviously, you got
Ooh.
champagne
The
shit.
champagne shit, yeah.
And with a dark red, right?
Yeah, a
So it's
dry
like,
red, yeah.
yeah,
I
dry
love
red. I'm
it,
sorry.
yeah. A
So-
dry red, please.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just like that's how it reads.
I
you know?
love that.
Yeah.
That made me feel really good because we work. I'm all about titles because I'm not gonna click on something a title that
doesn't.
Yeah, if it doesn't pique my interest, I'm like,
Yeah.
what? I've
Right.
seen those words together too many times. Like, come on, let's get creative. Yeah, I think with Dry Red, it's like I time boxed the album. We time boxed the album because the parties that we would have would be from like 4 p.m. all the way to like 6 in the morning till the sun comes up. And so I just thought that was a good segue into the morning, like sort of going over, what you experienced and also trying to decide,
Yeah, kinda like the
who
wind
you gonna be
down.
with. Like who's gonna watch the sun up with me tonight?
Yeah.
And dreaming about what y'all gonna do, and I don't know. I just imagine the sun coming up and being in, being laying out on the grass or in a jacuzzi and with the person that you want to be with that night. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's lit.
What a great time,
We
man. We thank
appreciate-
you for every
We
moment.
appreciate having a future EGOT winner in here with us.
That's right. Oh, yeah. That
you guys
EGOT.
are so sweet. Well,
Yeah.
thank y'all so much for supporting me and having me
course.
on. And, I hope whoever is listening to this, that you're not giving up on yourself and you're constantly evolving and challenging yourself to, be the best version of you that you can be, you
Yeah,
know?
absolutely.
And thank you guys.
So important.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for being here. The Age of Pleasure is the project.
We're here. It's a movement, baby.
Ooh, it's out
It's a movement.
right now. It's
Yes,
a
sir.
movement. Look out for that tour.
Yeah.
I mean, she's got it all going on.
More acting on the way, of course.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
of that.
Josephine Baker, I'm working on that project. Did I
Oh.
say that? I didn't even
No,
know
you
that.
didn't mention
But
that.
anyway, yeah, the Josephine Baker, if you don't
Wow.
know her, look her up.
Sheesh.
An icon, somebody who has definitely helped me, to be my free-spirited self. She was just incredible, but she also was a spy for the French resistance, and they helped take down Hitler and the Nazis when they occupied France. So not a lot of people, they see the banana skirt and they, see her image and her as an entertainer. She was incredible, but they didn't know that she cared a lot about people. And she, really like used her career to save lives.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Amazing. Janelle Monae is here. Thank you for
Yes.
joining.
Thank you, guys.
I'm Just Incredible. Thank you for watching the Just Incredible podcast. Do us a favor, like, subscribe, comment, all of that. Janelle's new project is out right now, The Age of Pleasure.
Yeah.
Fire project. 13 songs on there, right?
Yep, 14.
14 songs. 14
Yep,
of them
32
things.
minutes, baby.
Woo! Woo, real
You got
easy.
32 minutes to get your life.
By the way,
right.
you going to the big release party tonight?
Yes.
They better use those titles to make drinks. They better have a crazy.
As you
Look,
should.
I looked at my manager when he said,
That's something
but
there.
we do. We have like the I know we've used the Rush. We've done like the Lipstick Lover and different things.
yeah.
But I think you pointed
float,
out
yeah.
float, champagne shit. So
It's
you're
all
right.
there.
Y'all hear it, team. Let's get to it.
Yeah, come on now.
Thank y'all for watching. Congratulations again on everything.
you
Much more
again.
success. And
Thank you.
Yeah, keep going, girl.
Thank
keep
you. I
going.
Love to
appreciate
see
you.
it.
Thank you for watching. Just
Yeah.
Incredibles podcast live from LA. Peace and love.
Yeah.
Just incredible.
Hey, yo, just incredible. You don't know, eh?
Keep winning.
Yes, sir. Hey, thank you to everyone who watched this podcast. The music you're hearing, that's provided by LA's own The Eastie Boys. If you enjoyed watching this, please hit the like button, drop a comment in the comment section, and while you're there, tap that subscribe button so you can subscribe to the channel. It would mean the world to me. There's more content just like this, and trust me, a lot more on the way. To keep up with me off of YouTube, follow me on Instagram at Justin_credible or my TikTok. You can just search Watch Justin Credible. Thank you so much for watching.